Since 1943, New York City Center has welcomed some of the greatest dancers and choreographers into our studios. Alvin Ailey, George Balanchine, Martha Graham, and Arthur Mitchell all have walked through these doors. Join us for a behind-the-scenes look at the practice and performance of the great dance artists of today. Welcome to New York City Center's Studio 5, in person and on demand.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, hello. Happy New Year and welcome. My name is Stanford Makishi, and I'm the Artistic Director for Dance here. And on behalf of everyone at City Center, I am really, really grateful to have you here for this very special and very star-studded Studio 5. This evening marks the second visit to City Center by this year's artist at the center, the Paris Opera Ballet star, Hugo Marchand. Many of you were here in September at the Fall for Dance Festival when he appeared with his fellow Paris Étoile, Hannah O'Neill. And I'm sure many of you know that he'll be back in July for his full main stage program with other stars of Paris Opera Ballet as well as dancers from Béjart Ballet Lausanne. And the centerpiece of that program is the iconic Béjart Bolero. And for those of you who know the piece, I'm sure you will appreciate that Hugo will be the man on the table for all 4 shows, and so I hope you'll join us for that. And without any further delay, I am happy to introduce this evening's host, the celebrated American ballerina who was a principal herself with American Ballet Theatre for 2 decades and who is now the company's artistic director, Susan Jaffe.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Studio 5, a deep look into the story of Manon. And before we get started, where is Michael? There you are. I would just like to thank Michael Scales for being here. He is a New York-based musician, works for the New York City Ballet and School of American Ballet, and supports artistry through his beautiful music. So thank you so much for being here. And then I would also like to thank Stanford and Mia and also Mike Rosenberg, who's not here this evening, but just thank you so much for putting evenings like this together. This is really important for our art form, and we're very grateful to all of you. So thank you. So let me introduce our artists. First, I'd like to introduce Hugo Marchand, and he is an Étoile of the Paris Opera. Hugo is a 2-time recipient of Prix Benoit de la Danse, which he received once in 2017 for his performance of Romeo and Juliet, and then again in 2022 for his performance of Meyerling. And he's widely admired for his dramatic depth, musical intelligence, and he's very committed to narrative roles. Next, I would like to invite into the room Chloe Misseldine, principal dancer with American Ballet Theatre. Chloe joined ABT through the studio company, quickly went into the main company, and then quickly again rose through the ranks and became a principal dancer in 2024. She is known for her clarity, her openness, and her emotional presence. And this evening marks her first experience with dramatic ballets of Kenneth. She did work on one Platlist ballet last year, but this year and this moment is the first time she's really being introduced to the dramatic work of Kenneth MacMillan. Lastly and finally, it is true honor to welcome Alessandra Ferri. Alessandra is described by the New York Times as one of the greatest dramatic dancers of all time. She was a principal dancer with the Royal Ballet and again a principal dancer with American Ballet Theatre. She was appointed prima ballerina assoluta from the Teatro alla Scala, which is one of the highest, or is the highest honor in ballet. She is now the artistic director of the Wiener Staatsoper and the Ballet Academy. And this evening she's going to coach 2 scenes from Manon, the Des Grieux solo and the Bracelet Pas de Deux from Act 2. Before handing this over to Alessandra, I just want to give you a little background about Kenneth MacMillan. He was born in 1929, born in 1929 and passed in 1992. He was the director of the Royal Ballet from 1970 to 1977 and principal choreographer from 1977 to 1992. His ballets are distinguished by their penetrating psychological insight and expressive use of classical language. These qualities are demonstrated in the many works that he created, like Romeo and Juliet, Meyerling, Manon, and many others. I'm just going to give you a short synopsis about Manon, and then I'm going to pass it over to Alessandra for a deeper insight into the ballet. It's a story of a young couple drawn together through love, but pulled apart by ambition, desire, and circumstance. Des Grieux, by Hugo, is attracted to Manon with complete idealism. And Manon is torn between genuine affection and also the allure of wealth and security. Kenneth MacMillan's genius lies in how these conflicts are embodied and how longing and fear and manipulation and vulnerability live in the movement. So as the ballet unfolds, intimacy gives way to compromise and love leads to irreversible consequences. And now Alessandra will give us a deeper insight into the ballet.
Hello, everyone. Hello, good evening, everyone. This is one of the most iconic ballet of Sir Kenneth MacMillan. And I think that what we find that is so particular and so beautiful, that he managed to create story ballets only through choreography. So you will see that in the scenes that we are going to do today, you will notice that there is no what we call pantomime. So dancers were in the classical ballets, like Swan Lake, like Giselle. There are scenes where the dancers stop dancing and they tell the story through pantomime, through gestures. Kenneth managed, being a brilliant choreographer, to be able to tell the story truly and purely through movements and through the dancing itself. Manon is a ballet that each character, I mean, we are only exploring Des Grieux today and Manon itself, but each character in the ballet has a very refined psychological journey, and you are really able to see the difference and the inner world of each character. Manon herself is full of contradictions. She is very instinctive. She is very naive at the same time. She's impulsive. All of her betrayals are not she's not calculated. One interesting thing is, when I first did the role, which I was very, very young, I was 19 years old, and I still remember sitting next to MacMillan, sitting on the floor. He was rehearsing with somebody else, and he turned around to me and he said, "Darling, I would like you to dance Manon." And I was really barely a woman. I was still a child, and I looked at him. I said, "I don't understand Manon. I don't really want to do it." And he said, "That's why you should do it." which became very interesting for me because I realized what he meant, that she had no idea what she was doing. So she was using her sensuality as a power. She thought she was running the game, but instead she was exploited and she was manipulated. And she thought that with her beauty she could run the world and she could achieve what she wanted, but in fact she was used because it, and that was the tragedy. She very much loved Des Grieux, but she thought she could have it all. He idolized their love. He idolized love in general, and she was a creature. She was unpredictable. She drove him absolutely crazy, and ended tragically because she could not control the world that she thought she had in her hands. It's a beautiful ballet to dance because the choreography is extraordinary and is so rich, and it's never ending, the understanding and the learning about the role. It's every time that with the years and one does it, you understand more and more the depth of the whole story, but the depth of the choreography of the ballet itself, which can describe perfectly the situation and the inner worlds of all the characters.
So. Why don't you introduce this next scene, which is
Yes.
Des Grieux's solo, and then we will go into some rehearsal.
So the first scene we're going to see is pretty much in the beginning of the ballet. Manon and Des Grieux have just met. She's on her way to a convent, and where she has no intention of really going. We also have to put the story in the context of the times, okay? So a woman, if she was not a woman born in a noble situation, she didn't have much of a choice. She either would marry well, or she would become a nun, she would become she would have to work as a maid for somebody, or she would become a prostitute, basically. And Manon did not want to go to convent. She had a brother, Lescaut, which was not so nice, and who tells her, there's a way out of this. You can get money just because your beauty. You can basically just be nice to people, and they'll pay for it. They'll give you money. So this is the first time she comes out of the carriage, how do you say carriage? The carriage, and her brother convinced a sweet man to give her some money. So she just got given a bag with money, and she decided to run away. But she bumped into Des Grieux, who has been watching her for a while and is fallen madly in love with her just by seeing her. There's a beautiful. The novel starts with a beautiful description that she comes out of the carriage and she has love all around her. She's so beautiful. She's so full of light that people just adore her. She's charming. So the scenes that we're going to see is Des Grieux monologue, first monologue in telling her how he feels about her. So that's what we're starting. She's watching everyone leave and she's backing off in order to escape. And here we go. beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice. It's really beautiful. So when we do a coaching, we coach different levels. We can coach technically, like little technical steps. But what I think is interesting to see tonight is how we make the dance become a dialogue and talking, and where we are in the state of mind. So right now, you are in a moment where you are very shy, okay? So you have seen this beautiful creature, you're a shy person, you're an introvert, and it's hard for you to talk. So everything you would say to her, you would have a moment of, am I saying the wrong things? Is this, and so each look, so you have to create some sort of stillness between the steps so that we do not feel so much the choreography. We don't see one step going into the next. So every time that you step, you're stepping on eggs. Do I have the courage to say this? Yes, I do. And you start your first step. So, and it pauses before you do the next step. Okay? So we need to not tie the whole things together. So let's see just the first, what's the beginning steps. And shh, and now, your next thing you want to say, and still, and yeah, so good. So when you, for instance, when you finish here, what's your next thing you're going to say? Okay, so each moment is really, you let it come to you, so we don't see. And then within the solo, we need to see how tentative you are in the beginning, and how by the end you do find the strength of going, this is, so it has to build. Yeah. So very, very, I would say I would use the word tentative, okay? And do not put all the steps together. There are certain things, these are technical things that are missing a little bit. All of this, what's a beautiful step. This has to be, what are you saying is, by looking at you, we read more. Go. This is more. We have to see you bending from here when you do that. There we go. Much bigger. Okay. Yes. That. Yes, all of them. Okay. Then when Taya, it's not just here, it's my God, this feels amazing. So that is a really, and down, okay, and wow. We shouldn't be aware of what the step is. We should be aware of how you feel, okay. So let's do it just from the beginning, a little bit. When we stop, we don't have to do the whole thing through, but just with that in. Maybe you can play just for us for now a little bit slower, so that he gets the feeling of this, of the words coming to him. stop. Yeah, and when you get there, really, again, really, and stop. Yeah. Okay. So those moments really tell the story.
Okay.
Every time that you, let's just go a little bit back, and we just go to there, and then see how the next things comes to you. Let time go by. It's coming up. There we go. Yeah, good. Stop. Much better. Go.
Like this?
Yeah, just really go. That's it. Huh? So that you, it's here is too routine. There are moments where he lets go and then he takes it back again. Okay, but I think to find stillness in the solo, it's very important. It's by the way, this is really difficult solo. Technically, it looks like nothing because we don't see somebody jumping, but it's one of the most difficult solo to do. Am I right? It's very tricky, especially with so many people watching you so closely. But I think that in order to finding the stillness in between the steps is very important. And let the time go. Don't worry about.
I feel
you're
afraid to be late.
You're afraid to be late. You will not be.
Okay.
I think you can really. We don't want to see the preparation coming. You know, if eventually you can just go without. Now I'm going to do this step. You know, we don't want to see that. It wants to come from another place, not from the dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to go on from where and see what's coming next? And now a different mood. That's it. And now very quiet. Shh. And quiet, small. Stay. Beautiful. Really nice. Very nice. You feel that? Good. That's great. This is another, you already do it, but this is another place where when you go up, really go up, your whole...
Without falling.
Don't think about the arabesque, because everybody thinks here, oh, I've got to balance in arabesque. If you don't think of that, don't think of the arabesque. Think of, you will stay. There we go, you see? If one thinks of the steps, we read, oh, he's preparing for some difficult balance. You don't want, if your soul goes up, you will hold it. No, absolutely, okay? Yeah, yeah.
If it doesn't work, I call you.
Yeah, absolutely. If it doesn't work, you just go and you make it up here. You stay longer before you turn. But I think that we read that. We read when we are thinking of steps and when we are somewhere else, when the steps come from somewhere else. Yeah? Wait, there was something else, but now I forgot. Oh, yes, you see how you can change mood during the solo. So it doesn't have to be on one tone. You know, you can have moment of exhilaration and being more exuberant, and then really quiet. Huh? So you want to change, you want to color it differently as you do it.
Yes.
Okay? Great. Shall we move on?
So, Alessandra, while Hugo rests...
Wait, Chloe ran away.
Yeah, no, we need a few minutes
We scared
to let Hugo rest. And I would love to ask you
Yes.
just about your working with Kenneth and what he taught you and just all the things that helped you also just develop your artistry within these works.
Yes, so I was very much forged by Kenneth because I met him, I was 16 years old, I was in the Royal Ballet School at the time, and he picked me to do one of the concerto, one of his ballets for the school performance. So that when I met him, I was very, very young. And soon after, I joined the Royal Ballet, and I was very lucky because he gave me the opportunity to dance in any of all of these three major works, which is Misseldine, Romeo and Juliet, and Manon, before I turned 19, really, and then went on to create some works for me. He was, I consider him my artistic father. He taught me everything I known, and I carried his teaching through all of my career, my life, and I applied what he taught me through any other ballets I have ever done. He very much wanted truth. He took away the word ballet to me. I never felt I was doing a ballet. I felt I was living and acting in a movie or in a play. He did not want you to be balletic. He did not want you to be a ballerina. He wanted you to be a human being and put the emotional truth, to have the courage to put your emotional truth on stage and lent it to the character. It was something that I never really realized I was doing it because I met him so young. That's all I knew from day one. You know, I never had to learn to do it. It just happened just through working with him. He wasn't somebody who explained things in details. He always gave hints, you know, like the one that I mentioned before of not understanding Manon. That's why I want you to do it. Not to understand it. He wanted me to do it because he realized that being so young, I was Manon. I was this young young girl who didn't understand what was going on, which I didn't. And so it was, and that's exactly how you wanted Manon to be played, with total instinct, with total impulsiveness, without calculation, and just putting yourself fully into what you were doing. He went on to create some very difficult work for me, because particularly one of them called Valley of Shadows, which was based on a novel by called The Guardian of the Finzi Contini, which really was the story of this Italian family who got deported to Auschwitz and died. And it was a very controversial work to be put on stage. And I was very young when I did it, but he choreographed life, with the beauty of life, the ugliness of life, the pain of life, the joy, the love. He wanted to choreograph life and the interior life of people. He was very much like, I still remember him in rehearsals. He sometimes wore black sunglasses, and if you were the dancers, there were dancers here, and he would just be looking at everyone like this, because he studied people, and he looked and go, oh, look at that person, I wonder what she's thinking, I wonder what he's thinking. Oh, they're looking at each other, maybe they're having something is going on there. And he was fascinated by things around him. He choreographed life, and I think that taught me the importance of being truthful and not being afraid on stage, and not act, but let yourself become the character. That takes courage, because you're not wearing a costume, you're not being somebody else, you're being yourself in that situation. But that's what I think that is his great teaching.
Thank you so much. And now we would love to see the bracelet.
The pas de deux.
Yes.
Yes, I chose to do this pas de deux. This pas de deux comes from Act 2. I find it that is the most interesting to show you, not the most interesting, I mean, they're all beautiful. There are 4 amazing pas de deux in Manon. But this one has a lot of, we call it chiaroscuro, a lot of shadows and shadings. There is a lot of changes of mood, of situation, and you really understand the 2 characters and their relationship between the griot and Manon. It happens after, so Manon betrays the griot and goes in order to get jewelries and get money, and in her idea she would do it to then run off with the griot, but of course it all goes wrong, and they have a card game with Monsieur JM. Monsieur JM is the person who buys Manon, really. And she convinced the griot to play this card game and to steal money. It all goes wrong, so they run off together. We find in this scene the griot packing. There's a bed there is a suitcase, and he's trying to pack because he understands they have to run, they have to go because they're looking for them. Manon comes, she was wearing a beautiful dress at this, really was in this brothel, she was in a brothel, and she was wearing this beautiful dress, so she comes in, she just got changed, and she's carrying this dress, and she's still, in her mind, she's still thinking of how beautiful she looked, and she's got all these jewelries, and he's packing and ruining the whole party. So what is beautiful about this pas de deux is to see how fickle she is, but how Manon, she's trapped because she loves him and he loves her, and every time he tells her he loves her, she feels even more trapped, and she feels guilty because his pure love makes her feel bad because for what she did. So, but at the same time, she loves him. There is so many layers, and there is flirting, and she's trying to get him to get into a better mood, and then they start fighting, and then he hits her, and it's really a love-hate relationship, and it's all in one pas de deux. Let's see how we can do that. So, okay, imagine his Desgrieux is packing. He's got a suitcase. And he's he's deeply unhappy, and he just doesn't understand what happened and how he got into this situation, okay? I'm going to stop them quite a lot during this pas de deux, also because, Chloe has never danced it, so she's doing it for the first time tonight, which is amazing. So we'll go moment by moment. Okay. And we have 20 minutes. She will tell me off when we get over. Okay. Stop you right away. So, what we have to feel from you, is what these movements mean. I don't know, how can I speak with it? You can hold the microphone. Okay. So, what we want to feel from you is that every time you do this movement, is that you're trying to get out of your own skin. Okay? How did this happen? So all of this, I cannot believe there is pain into this. It's like, so it's not a quiet solo, okay? You really, you just cannot believe what is going on, what she's done to you, why do I love her so much? When you jump, why? Why do I love her so much? I cannot believe this. So you have to feel that, you have to stretch yourself, move your body, go beyond your limitations, okay? Okay, it's beautiful. No, it's really beautiful. It's gorgeous. Much better. Remember this. Really, yeah. Huh? All of those. Also, when you finish your pirouette, you should finish is an interrupted thought. Okay, so she comes on, you've done your pirouette, you see her come on, and it's, oh God, you don't have to come close to him. You're coming on your own, in your own thoughts. So you're holding your dress here. You just come on in your own thought, and then you see him. You don't need to do, it's just the look. You don't need to say, put the dress down. Is you look at the dress, and you're like, I can't believe I just can't believe you. And she goes, oh my God, he's so boring, you know. But the look between you two is a lot more than gesture, no pantomime. It's really you are going, da, da, da. He's complaining, he's like whining, and you go, oh, come on, you know. But for you is the stillness of the look that you give her is a lot more than anything else there, okay? You put your dress down, and you look at him packing, and you go, isn't he so sweet? He's so sweet. So, and then you just run, and you go, but I love you so much, okay? Because he's got to be crazy. He's got to be, I cannot believe her. Whatever she does, yes, I do love you. So we have to see this, that you are thoughtless, not thoughtless, but you are unaware of the dangers you are in. Okay? So just do this, because I think this sets the mood of the pas de deux. Yeah? Just from Manon's entrance, I think just a little bit before, from her entrance. Okay, stop. No, it's very, very good. Just that there's a few little technical things that are not quite right, but I don't think we're going to go into this tonight because I know you've never done it, and so yeah, when you go back in that promenade, just make sure. Yeah, you want to.
I was focusing on the state of mind.
It was a very good state of mind, but but this is what's so hard, that we don't realize how you have to have I always say that we have to have two brains when we dance, one which is always connected to technically what's going on because it's very difficult, and one that is connected to the interpretation, but you have to have them both working at the same time because you have to be able to focus, no? Don't you feel that?
Yes,
so it's, so just make sure that you keep there on balance. Before you go back, so after you've done your promenade, Chloe, okay, he turns. You have this. You can have moments here because this, so that it doesn't just become a beautiful backbend. It's really like, why do we have to be so? Why is life not working out for me? Okay, so but that's what she's like. So you really like, you go like this, and then you just fall into him. So every movement has to have something that you're saying. Then for you, Hugo, when she lies down again, you know, she's like, oh, and that's so beautiful, but just stay with me here. And you're like, but we can't, you know, I love you so much, but please come up, I have to pack, you know, we have to go, please listen to me. Don't, you know, so
Yeah, okay.
We have to keep that alive. And then, of course, yes, of course, they've never met before. No, they really have never met, the two of them. So they're meeting tonight for the first time. So it's quite amazing what you're witnessing, because they're really beautiful already. And they just said, hello, I'm Chloe, I'm here. But normally, when you get to know him a bit better, so when you're lying down, he picks you up, and so all this is all kissy, kissy, kissy. You'll be like, no, 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 okay, you don't have to do it tonight, but that's what will happen. Then, so he goes away. He goes, no, leave me alone, and you go here, and you can watch him. This is important because he's in the choreography. When you come back to him, you go like this, and this leg goes down his leg. Okay? Yes, I know you didn't know, but that's what it is. It's actually choreographed like that. So you really go down his leg, and then you go, come on, just come with me, stop being stupid. Okay? And then so let's do this, and we go back, and we continue. So let's just go from her second run-in. Okay, just to let you know, so from now on, the pas de deux changes completely, okay, mood-wise. So here has been a game, you've been like a little kitten, tried to get his attention, tried to get him to stop packing, to relax, okay? And you come here and you're playing with him. She's wearing a bracelet, which is a lot bigger than this. He's because Monsieur GM has, in the prior scene, has given her a really beautiful, stunning piece of jewelry that she's kept. She ran away and she kept it, and earrings. So there's a 4-poster bed here. So when she goes like this, she's actually wrapped around the bed. Okay, so you're playing with him. Okay, so you arrive and you're just playing with him without realizing that you have the you just play with him. And then he sees the bracelet and you go, oh, you know, so you have to change the mood completely. Now he's annoying you because he's reminding you of what you did. He makes you feel, so now you start to be, annoyed with him, to feel trapped in your life, to be trapped in this relationship, you don't know what's going to happen, so you change mood. You have to quickly change moods. He's driven crazy by the fact that he doesn't know who you are all the time. You keep changing, okay? So let's do this. Just so for you to know, this lift doesn't stay up there. Okay. You just go up as a wow, like a sense of playfulness, and then you put it down, she runs and go. Huh? Okay. So just from a little bit before. Okay, you're a bit off the music. Okay, let's stop. It's becoming too much of a ballet, okay? So, okay, you go here, you're here, he stopped you off the music, but it doesn't matter tonight. I know you don't know the ballet so well. I'm not bothered with that so much. So, all of this movement have to be a little bit more natural, but in particular here, after you've done your penché, Chloe, really go away, just go away. Just okay, they're too much ballet position. Really make yourself go away and he pulls you back. So you pull her back. Yeah. Just go away normally, okay? And see how you feel. Even without music. So you do your penché. Now change your mind and go, okay, I'm going to go to the other room. Okay. It's better, okay? So you played, you're so silly, and then you go, okay, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this story now. I'm sick of it. Leave me, okay? So that's what you want, okay? So you change. Okay, enough of that game. Okay, so it doesn't have to be violent, but real. So you don't have to, but just the way you move, a little bit more natural. Okay, let's go from a little bit da 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 dee da 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 da. Yeah. Okay, a little lead so that we know. Okay, stop. Much better. It's good. No, I mean, she's really doing amazing because she's learned it this afternoon. So she's really good. Yeah, really nice. You want to take a little bit longer to walk around. Yes. Yeah. So when you get hold of, she's just gone, da, 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 you come here and you're just trying to convince her, say, please listen to me, please, okay? We have to go, I know, but I love you, but please stay, da, 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 and get here just in, so you're on the other side, just get here in time so that she pulls away for that. And also for you, Chloe, when you do this gesture has to mean something, okay? So you've done your pirouette, and this is what you want to say with, and then it's the imprisonment, this love that is, the way you open those arms have to be, it has to express whatever you feel, wherever you are in your journey, okay? When he turns you, so you go like this, yeah? Like that. Okay, both of you, this pull away, it's meaningful. It's both of you going, you want to go away from this, and he pulls you back. and you want to escape, and it pulls you back, okay? Without fight, it's not a fight yet, but you still want to have this, and no, I'm going to go, and she's got a bracelet, and then you take the bracelet, and you go, leave me. So the fight comes. When you do this pirouette, yes. Da da dee da da. Yeah, but apart from the music, which we're not, usually this rehearsal takes months, weeks. So we try to do everything in 20 minutes, which is pretty much impossible, but we try. When you do this, you're trying to look at her face.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so she's like this, hold, exactly, do it. You're trying to look at her face, and you don't want to look at her face. You're turning, and you just don't want to see his face, because it's really annoying. Okay? This is Chloe. This is actually turning. Yeah? So you're like this.
Okay.
Okay? You have the bracelets.
Oh, I'm holding bracelet.
When you're up here, it's just uncomfortable, this situation. So you have to feel that you want to get out of your own skin, both of you, okay? But he's trying to look at your face. Then you do your multiple pirouette, fouette, and then this penché is, but I love you so much, okay? So that they're not port de bras, because I saw you before when you did it, okay? So that, and then is, oh, but I love you. So I hate you, but I love you. But I do love you, but I really hate you now. Okay, so we have to feel that a lot. Let's do, where are we going from? Yeah, pirouette. And calm, but good. Beautiful. And that was very realistic. It's good. It's beautiful. That was very good because it was real. They never tried any throw her on the floor very well. So that was very good. Just choreographically, you don't know, but when you do this, the arms go down and then come up. Arms go down and come up, okay? Then you also were on the wrong foot at some point, or you do a pirouette à la seconde when you're here, okay? And then you turn on this. That's it, okay? There, that will be easier. And then the very end, so when you go, you let go of her and you go up here, and this is a real cry for help. really cry for help. And you go up there and you almost want to take this arm down, please forgive me. So you really want to be close to his body. Really slide down. Please forgive me. And then you go to the other side, you do this. Then you do the soutien, so you've gone like this. You do the promenade, you do the soutien, and as you do the soutien, he sees the bracelet. And you go, this is who I am. This is who I am. Okay? So it's like, do you love me? This is who I am. Do you still love me? Okay? So, but there's a beautiful moment as he turns that you see the bracelet in the... And there's a moment you can really look at each other, really look at him. Really,
should I look at the bracelet and then to
you
her?
can look at, yes, I think you should look at the bracelet as she turns. Here you're looking at the bracelet, she sees you. You can really look at him. Okay? So there's a weight to the way you look at each other there, which makes you go wild, mad. And then you hit her, but he's not somebody who would normally hit. So then you feel terrible, okay? But the hit, his anger has to come from something that you do, and it's just the way you look at him. There, okay? So I think once you know the pas de deux more, it's the fact of finding space within the choreography, like a little bit like we were doing in the solo. So between one step, one moment, and the next moment, there is something that goes on that makes you do the other step. That we don't just see the choreography just because it was done like this. For instance, after you've done. Wait a minute, we've just, tari, 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 da, di, da, di. There's a moment, look at each other, really look at each other, take your time between each section, each moment.
Can we try from there?
Yes, you can try from wherever you want. Where do you want to go from?
I just want to remind us that we have 6 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, where would you want to go? Do you want to go?
So we can continue rehearsal and maybe
there?
not the questions. So, yeah.
Oh, 6 minutes in whole. Okay.
Yeah, till the end of the...
Yeah. Now calm, go das alla second turn. Stop, sorry. These arms, we're just seeing this, which doesn't mean too much, okay? So, I don't know what to do with this. So you've done this, both of you. Take my arm, take it to me. No. Okay, so, no. So otherwise you just see it's pretty, but it doesn't have... It's not part of the story. You can tell the story with each movement. You can add to the story. And I mean, and I know you've just done it here, baby. You're wonderful. But, it's just so that also for all of you to see how we build, how pas de deux is built, how we find movement and we give them meaning, and how we make them come alive with intention. Okay? You want to do it?
Thank you all so much, and thank you, Alessandra, for passing down all that you have learned through these beautiful ballets. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Hugo. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Stanford and Mia and Mike. And this is really how the art form gets passed on, is through people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.